everyone, my name is Brutal Cubes, and welcome to another episode of Quick and Dirty Redstone. This is episode 3. Today, we're not going to talk about zero ticking machines. Today, we're going to talk about clocks. No machines at all, in fact. Clocks are some of the most important parts of redstone machinery. You need something to tell your machine when to go. So, let's have a look at some of the ones that I like to use myself. And this is by no means a comprehensive list. So let's start with the clock that's actually built into the game, the device that tells you the time of day. Why are there traders here? You need to be quiet, or we're going to have a problem. Do you understand? So, tells you the time of day. Um, Basically, you have it as nighttime sensor, daytime sensor. Depending on the time of day, it'll change the output coming out of it. So it'll be right now it's in daytime mode because it's daytime and we're getting some signals. The more it goes towards the end of the day, the weaker the signal will get. All right, so as it approaches nighttime, it'll eventually come down to here and then shut off. Um, the same goes if you have it in nighttime mode, but at nighttime, the closer to daytime you get, the weaker the signal gets. The main issue is that it sends out a steady state signal, so it doesn't pulse once at the time of day that you want it to. That's on you to put a circuit that converts a steady state pulse to a single pulse or double pulse or whatever. Tune in to Quick and Dirty episode 4 for how to do that, because that seems like a useful piece of information. All right, so now this is the most basic clock that, well, it's not the most basic clock there. It's one of the most common clocks. You've definitely seen me use it on the zero tick machines. Um, it's a very simple clock. It's switchable. It outputs at two ends, this end and this end, alternating, which is really useful information um, that is beyond the scope of this video, but it is useful that they alternate, one on, one off. To build it, it's basically your Y shape. You know what? I'm just gonna. That's a redstone dust. You just pause the video, copy that, and then put a lever on this block or this block. Both work. To build it, you need 3 cobblestones, a redstone repeater, a redstone torch, a redstone lever, and a redstone. Here you go. That is the full glorious machine. Next clock. It's a pretty simple one. It's 2 observers facing each other. When you put them together, they start doing the blinkies. This one can be slowed down, but only to a point. So if you click it here, you'll notice that it does in fact keep blinking, but here it becomes a steady state. Um, that is also useful information that you can creatively determine how to apply. Um, the same thing here. It can be slowed down, and I think this one will actually, yeah, same thing. The pulse goes to a certain point, and then it just pulses too fast for the speed you set the repeater at. So this chest, 2 observers, a lever, and a sticky piston. Again, not gonna explain it. Just that's it right there. As simple as it gets. Our next clock is the famous hopper clock. Hopper clocks are a little more complicated than other clocks, but I'm gonna go up here, pause video. That's all it is. That's all it is. These 2 hoppers facing each other. These pistons are pushing the redstone block against itself. If we switch it on, what you'll immediately notice is that it is a lot slower than my other clocks that we've talked about so far. This one is actually very useful because it is adjustable. These should not be here. It is adjustable. What that means is you can fill these up with anything stackable 64 items, and it'll transfer them. And the more you put in, the longer it'll take for them to transfer. So right now I have only about 16 torches in here, and this is how fast it's going. What's useful about this is that the output will stay on as long as you're in that state of the clock. So it's like the daylight sensor. You need to convert it to a pulse if you need a pulse. But yeah, it's fairly useful because it's adjustable. To make it, you need two pistons, two comparators, a block of redstone, two redstone dust, one hopper, two cobblestones, and as many items as you want it to count. All right, last clock. It's probably the easiest clock you've ever seen. It is a block next to a piston facing up with a redstone block on top and a redstone dust on top. Flick the lever, and it goes berserk. Obviously, you catch a signal off this side, you can catch a signal off this side, and you can catch a signal right off of here. So, with all that blinking, you have plenty of places to pull a signal from. Well, that concludes our lesson today. Quick and Dirty Redstone Episode 3, Clocks Edition. If you enjoyed yourself, if you learned something, if you feel like it, leave a like, subscribe. Most importantly, have a great day.